how you doing, Leah?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. How's everything going?
You know, could be better.
Working?
Yes, as
Right.
always.
Can you please tell the people out there about you and about LM?
Well, I am the founder and CEO of LMLAMODE. It is I would say, an all-rounded fashion business, which deals with more than just the fashion part of it, as in clothing. It's also a movement. It's a movement of women, a new generation of women, a new type of woman, and that's pretty much what I want LM to be. It's to represent a certain type of woman and to give birth to a new woman. So currently it's a boutique, but it's gonna come out with my line and alongside that a magazine. So it's a well-rounded fashion brand.
Cool. So when is your line coming out? Is that something is in the works right now? And you just
The
basically...
line, the boutique is in the works.
Okay.
The line is gonna come way after the boutique. I feel as a fashion designer, we always want to come out with our line, but if nobody really knows who you are, it's almost like, feeding a dead horse.
Yeah.
You you kind of have to slowly and gradually get people's interest.
Exactly.
So I'm starting off with the boutique in Africa.
In Africa, wow.
Yes.
I gotta take a flight over there, huh?
Yes, we're taking it to Namibia,
Nice.
2012. Watch out for LM.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool little concept boutique, something that we don't really have there. And I'm going to be bringing some, trends from here and bringing it back there and hopefully spicing up, Namibian trends.
Nice. So Leah, can you tell us more about the line, basically the concept behind it, and where you want to take it?
The concept behind the line is modest women. A modest woman understands that her body is to be valued, and therefore everything will not be hanging out.
Yeah.
But I do have certain parts of a female's body that I feel have some sort of sex appeal, but they're not sexual. And that's pretty much what we're going to accentuate on. A lot of back detail.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, that's what it will reveal the most, the back.
Okay.
The back, legs, and arms and shoulders, I think, are very beautiful parts for women to show without it being raunchy.
Yeah.
I don't believe in belly button showing. It just, anything above the belly button
Yeah.
always looks great, and it can look classy, even if there's a bit of skin showing, but no belly button.
So basically, you want to keep it classy.
It's a modest woman.
Yeah, and sexy at the same time.
Yes.
That's a good balance there. You don't find that these days.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to tell a woman that she's being sexy without showing everything. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? If all these girls are on videos and it's women you look up to and they look amazing because they have half their bodies revealed. It's like, of course they look amazing. That's their body. But it's a new way. LM is a new way of teaching women how to dress again and keep it modest, yet feel sexy and feel good about yourself.
Nice. That's really deep, and I like that. So is that attached to the movement behind LM?
Yes.
Basically,
it is attached. The way a woman is, where she's going, what she wears, it should all correlate. It should all, transcend into one thing.
Yeah.
You can't be a classy woman and wear trashy clothes.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. You don't make sense. So yes, the line does kind of go into what we want this LM woman to be. It's a woman that knows who she is, what she wants, and where she's going with it. You don't necessarily have to be a specific type of woman in terms of what your goals are in life, but we do want women that want that certain class.
Nice.
That want that value. you know, and want to uphold that value that I am a woman, and you know, I care about my body and I care about who I am.
Cool.
So
Sounds really great, Leah.
well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. If it builds a whole generation of new spunky women that know what they
Independent
want,
women.
then I'll be happy.
Cool. Can you tell us where you get your inspiration from? Because looking at you, I see that you have like an authentic, style. Like, what's your inspiration?
My inspiration, I can't. I mean, I'm inspired a lot by my mom. Yeah, I grew up in a family where my parents were always very good at keeping us grounded.
Yeah.
But my mom was, a very strong woman, and even now, today, she does things that amazes me for someone her age, and I look up to that, and I wish, women could be more like that.
Yeah.
Like, be able to hold their own, even though there is somebody that could take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of where I draw my inspiration from. In terms of style, honestly, I just put on what I like.
So you are your own inspiration when it comes to style.
Yeah, if you put on what you like and you love it, you're gonna look great. But don't go too crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's just putting on what you like and doing what you love. I change my hair every week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, I like the new hairdo.
Thanks. I mean, and it's just, because I constantly want change. It's not even that I'm trying to, like, oh, I have to change my hair, but it's a feeling. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I need change.
Okay.
And things like your hair are easy to change, so I do it all the time.
So change is a big thing for you.
Yeah. Progressive. It makes you feel like you're progressing to something. When things are the same all the time, it almost feels like you're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
So that bit of change almost feels like, you're progressing to the next level.
Kind of motivate you.
Yeah.
To move further. Nice. I want to keep that one in mind. So Leah, you said you're going to Africa.
Yes.
So I wanted to know what's the reason behind you taking LM to Africa first.
Taking LM to Africa, most importantly, or more specifically Namibia, is something I feel I have to do. This is the place that gave birth to me and who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
It would be fine if I started LM in Miami, but it wouldn't be the same. Like, this is the place that gave me the ability to do what I do. And it's a small country, and it's a country I want to give back to because it's given me so much.
Definitely.
So, and I feel like if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. Like, that's my country.
Yeah, exactly.
If I can't get support from my own countrymen, then why should I expect it here?
Exactly.
So that's why I'm starting in Africa.
So basically, in 2012, you will launch. Like, can you give us like a specific date you think?
A specific date?
Yeah.
It's a secret. Shh,
Oh.
don't tell anybody. But I can tell you. No, I can't. I can't tell you anything.
Wow, you're making us work hard for it, huh?
Well, no, it's not. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
But you'll know. You'll know when it's close to the date.
So when LM is out, when LM will be out, we'll know. Like,
You'll know.
we'll
You'll
see.
know when the launch is out. You'll see it.
Cool. So after that, are you planning on coming back here in the States and actually continue the line, or is it going to be strictly, exclusively in Africa?
It will start in Africa, but I'm not limiting myself.
Okay.
The worst thing in life is to limit yourself and to say, this is where the box ends. Like, there is no box.
Exactly.
So don't think outside of it, because there is no box. Like, sky's the limit, the universe is the limit, whatever. So, I mean, if the opportunity comes up for me to bring it here, it will come.
So besides, the clothing line, the boutique, do you have anything else in mind, like any other special projects that we should know about?
Special projects. I have special projects to save my life. Like, I live on special projects. Well, you know, I'm a big fan of supporting anything that's starting up, anything that involves a movement, and you know I support PMV all the way.
100%.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, you know, I'm definitely involved in a few other projects. A lot of it is personal and a lot of it ties back to LM, but it's also benefiting other people's projects. So you'll see it. It's in the works.
So what kind of projects? Like, is it fashion related, design related?
Yes, a lot of it is fashion related. There might be a film in the making. I hear about. It's in the woodworks, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Nice, interesting.
Yeah.
So Leah, can you tell us more about the LM magazine?
The LM magazine is a mixture of, you know, what I've always wanted in a magazine and what I feel women need in a magazine. And it's very much directed to a generation I feel like should have magazines. You know, it's, you know, from your teens to your 20s, where a lot of your guidance comes from the media.
Exactly.
Like you've kind of stopped listening to your parents, and now you're looking at other people's advice.
Exactly.
And it would kind of be that magazine, not necessarily as an advice column, but just as an example kind of book.
Okay.
And it would just be to guide a generation of women on, you know, where to go, what to do, who to be or who you could be, you know. It's not to say that we want to direct people directly to, you know, this is who you are, but it's sort of leading you there to who you want to be and kind of letting you know that you can be what you want to be.
Okay, so basically you help them discover like their true potential.
It's a very inspirational type of magazine. I don't want it to be too superficial on, you know, this is fashion, this is fabulous. I want it to be more real.
Right. So, I know you love to write. So, besides a magazine, are you thinking about a book or something like that?
Yeah, there is a book, and you know, I started writing this book, but what I've decided to do, instead of releasing it as a book, you know, we're actually going to incorporate it into the magazine.
Okay.
And because as a child, I remember all the magazines I used to read had stories in the back.
Okay. So
my magazine is only going to have one story in the back, and it's just going to continue from issue to issue.
Oh, nice.
And the story is called, you know, it's a long story.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
Wow. So keep reading.
Right. So, you know, it starts off, it's a long story, and then the story begins, and then at the end of the story, or at the end of each chapter, we'll say, like I told you, it's a long story. And it continues. And it's somewhat my autobiography, but also somewhat, you know, things that I would have liked to happen in life.
Okay, so it's non-fiction mixed with some fictional stuff.
Yes, some of it is very real and some of it is not, so.
Nice. Is there like a special theme behind it, or is it just going to be broad?
It's just a girl growing up. It ties back into the magazine because the magazine is to help, you know, girls grow up into women.
Alright, so basically you want to guide, inspire, and teach.
Yeah. While you're learning, you kind of get to see somebody else's journey into that same lifestyle. So
interesting stuff, like.
I'm excited. We'll see what happens. My only advice to anybody that wants to be somebody that feels like they're not who they are, they're not who they want to be right now, is you can't be afraid in life, period. About business, about being somebody. You can't be afraid to be who you want to be. You can't be afraid to want to make money. You can't be afraid to put yourself out there. It all starts with fear. If you're afraid to do something, you're not going to do it. You have to let go of that fear. It's, you know, they'll tell you in business, you know, every business has a 50% chance of making it or not making it.
Yeah.
You know, you're taking a risk, but you can't be afraid.
Exactly.
If you're afraid to take that risk, you'll never own a business.
Exactly.
You'll just be somebody working for a business.
Exactly.
You know, some of us are great at working for other people, and some of us are not. So you have to make that decision, but you can't be afraid.
All right. So basically, it's, you know, overcoming your fears, you know, your personal fears, you know, and make the first step, because the first step is the hardest.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I think. Like when you know, make the first step, and then you'll have the courage, you know, to take the second step, and then start walking. You know,
Exactly. And if you are afraid, you know, you'll see other people doing what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
You know, it's just, and you'll wonder why they're so successful. It's because they weren't afraid, not because they're smarter than you, because they're better than you. It's because they actually tried.
Exactly.
You know, they took that first effort.
So it's all about trying and, you know,
And not being afraid.
not being afraid.
It all comes down to that fear.
Nice. Thank you, Leah. You know, I really appreciate the interview.
You're welcome.
You know, and I hope next time we have an interview, it's gonna be in Africa. You know,
I hope so,
fly.
too.
I would love to fly there, and then, you know.
You have to
Check it
come.
out.
If you're not gonna be at the opening of LM, we're gonna have to like satellite teleport it over here. I don't know. But you gotta
Skype
come.
it, right?
Right? Skype it. Skype the opening. That'd be cool.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Leah. You know, I
Thank
hope
you.
that, you know, all the young women who's watching right now, you know, learn something from Leah.
I hope so too.